is a veteran combat fighter pilot with more than 1,800 hours. Dedicated Crew Chief Staff Sergeant Robert James from Apopka, Florida. Staff Sergeant Nicholas Persinger from Troy, Illinois. And Leah Curtin from Londonderry, New Hampshire. Our avionics technician for today is Staff Sergeant
about 160 remain flyable today anywhere in the world. They will be flown by Andrew McKenna and Jim Beasley. High and to the right. Let's just watch and listen and absorb the sights and sound of one of the most iconic aircraft in the world, the North American P-51 Mustang. North American Aviation built for not only the United States military, but for the Royal Air Force and the Royal Canadian Air Force advanced trainers, the Texans, the type flown by the Geico Skytypers. They did it so well that when the Royal Air Force needed new P-40 Warhawks that they were using, built by an American manufacturer, Curtiss, to fly alongside their Hurricanes and Spitfires, they went to North American and asked them to build Curtiss aircraft. Did not want to build somebody else's airplane, so their president, Dutch Kindelberger, said to the British Purchasing Commission, give us 120 days, we'll build you a brand new airplane. They pulled a rabbit out of a hat, and that was a new wing design called laminar flow, very fast. And it enabled them in 117 days to roll out the first Mustang with an Allison engine on it, the same as the P-40 Warhawk. Unfortunately, that engine didn't perform well enough to compete and fly alongside the Hurricanes and Spitfires of the Royal Air Force. But then the Royal Air Force took one of those Merlin engines that they had on the Hurricanes and Spitfires and mated it with this airframe, and the Mustang was born. McKenna and Jim Beasley are going to come around from the left, and I'm assuming they're going to dive in from the left again to let you hear more of this amazing sound. It'll be a photo pass. Packard built these engines between 16 and 19,000, depending on whose history book you read, but there were a lot of subcontractors involved too, and I'll tell you about those in a minute. So the Rolls-Royce designed Merlin engine was built under license by Packard Motor Car Company of Detroit. They in turn subcontracted out parts that were manufactured by other companies. So great was the amount of cooperation and in the war that some of the Mustangs, Merlin engines built by Packard, had Maytag valve cover castings. Yep, Maytag, washers and dryers. design was such that it was butted right up against the fuselage and caused some turbulence, and they were having engine cooling problems. So they separated the top of the scoop from the bottom of the fuselage by a gutter about 1.75 inches. Same design on the 30-year later design of the F-16 Fighting Falcon. That's technology on the Fighting Falcon from the 1940s. Here come the Mustangs again. Part of the whistle you heard was part of that sound of the air going through the coolers there. And that radiator scoop location and setup was so effective that there are those who believe the Mustang was the greatest fighter of all time. Jim Beasley is going to go out on the perch, back behind us a few miles. He's not done yet. Andrew McKenna is going to land, and in a very few moments, I'm going to